Hi, Strudel Noodle. How are you today? That's great. That's fine. I'm doing awesome. Wow. Thank you for asking. That's so nice of you. So, let's get right down to business. You watched my 10 things clowns hate, or my welcome to my breakdown video where I ranted and raved and frothed at the mouth over all of the things I cannot stand. Which is great. We all had a super nice venting session. I got to get out all of my rage. And now we set the stage perfectly to discuss all the things I love. All of the wonderful things that spark joy in my black clowny heart. Right in time for Valentine's Day, a day of love. Aww. So let's get started, Strudel Noodle, and learn about all of the things that Kitzi Clown loves. Starting with New Orleans. Hooray! Now let me tell you about New Orleans. The first time I went there, I hated it. I couldn't stand it. I think I stayed for a week, and on the way out, I was so happy. I was overjoyed to know I was going back to Florida, my swamp, and I swore I was never going back to New Orleans. I hated every bit of it. But you know, they say that New Orleans gets under your skin. And that's exactly what happened. I ended up going back. Again, and again, and again, and again. To the point where now, I am completely obsessed with it. I don't know what I even hated in the first place. Like, you know, I sat here and tried to write a list. Like, was it dirty? Were the people rude? Oh, you know what? I don't like that New Orleans doesn't have Publix. That was mildly offensive. But I couldn't remember what I hated about it. I just remembered everything I absolutely loved. The people, the architecture, oh my gosh, the French Quarter. You always hear how, oh, it's so nasty and it's just for tourists. But I loved the French Quarter. All the food was amazing. They have PJ's coffee. I am a PJ's Coffee fanatic. Every time I go there, there's a fun new flavor like king cake and Italian wedding cake and New Orleans is absolutely beautiful, to the point now where my first initial reaction was that I hated it, and now I'm looking at houses there. What even happened? It gets under your skin. I just love it so much. It's so much fun. Just everything is so nice. And granted, I love Florida. Of all the places I have bebopped around, Florida's my home base now. I like it. I like the beach. I like the crackheads. I like, you know, the trash culture. New Orleans is like this majestic princess to go visit. Just the houses alone are so beautiful. Just original hardwood floors and all these decorative touches. We don't have that in Florida. We have kind of catered to our new tourist population. Everything is very modern, very clean, very sleek. I've obviously bought into it. My apartment is a luxury apartment. But I prefer New Orleans. I like that 100-year-old original touches. Character, that's what it is, character. Oh, that's the word I wanted. I live in this sleek little box. I want to live in a New Orleans castle. It's just beautiful. Everything about it is beautiful. I want to go there. Oh no, bye-bye Florida. Anyways, moving along. This isn't going to be an Enola love affair video. We're also going to talk about my dog, because I love my little Junie Boonie. Isn't she so sweet? I've always wanted a puppy. I've always had cats. Cats growing up. Cats, you know, through adulthood. Always wanted a dog. I wanted that bond that people have with their dogs, where the dog just loves you. My cats are basically the same as the houseplants. They just kind of exist here. You know, they prefer to hang out with each other. But my sweet puppy baby angel, she's always with me. I'm always petting her and loving her, and she's such a good girl, and she's soft and sweet, and she's so tiny, and she needs me to protect her from all the scary dangers of the world, and she's just so cute, isn't she? Oh, my sweet little baby. I love my Junie Boonie. Junie is short for Juniper, but we don't call her Juniper unless it's a special occasion. I call her my Junie Boon. Aw, my little Junice. She's actually fast asleep. She can't hear me. She's hiding in her igloo because she knows to hide when the lights come out because she kind of doesn't like what Mama does for work. But as soon as the lights get turned off, oh, she's gonna come running over here and she's gonna give me love and her little paws and I'm gonna kiss her little feet. Oh, she's so cute. Now this next one is a toss-up. I honestly couldn't decide which I love more. I love Sour Patch Kids and I love tiramisu. How are you supposed to choose between the two? I mean, Sour Patch Kids, especially in the fridge, I never eat them raw out of the bag. I put them in the fridge so they can kind of harden a little bit. I think it improves the texture, it makes them chewier. They're still, they're sugary and the texture is wonderful and you can just, until I'm sick. I just, ooh, I love them. They're so delicious. The blue ones especially. Oh, actually, I like red too. You know what? I think I like all of them. They're just all amazing. I don't like any of the gimmicky ones, like those bags of the mystery flavors or the teenager ones. Original is the way to go. But then tiramisu. Tiramisu is lovely. Now, I was raised in a traditional Catholic Italian house, so yeah, I grew up with, you know, tiramisu and spaghetti and all that good stuff, so I could be biased. I could be biased. But tiramisu is honestly heaven on a plate. It's amazing. Even vegan tiramisu is just the best thing I've ever had. It's just so cocoa-y and creamy and it's comforting and it's so rich, so it lasts forever. Because every time I open the fridge, I'm like, oh, I got tiramisu, and I take a scoop or two, and then I put it back in, and then next time I go to the fridge, I'm like, oh, tiramisu, and I take a little scoop or two. So the tiramisu lasts the whole week. And I love it. It's so good. It's one of my favorite comfort snacks. Like if I'm especially sad or depressed, I get my tiramisu and I crawl into my bed and I just scoop, scoop, scoop with my fancy little spoon and I just have such a great time. Now, the two don't mix. Obviously, you can't put Sour Patch Kids in your tiramisu. They are polar opposites, so you gotta decide where on the spectrum you're sitting. If I had to decide today, we'd go with the tiramisu. Ooh, it's so delicious. Another thing that makes my little clowny heart sing is the Dresden Files. I read them when I was younger and I was absolutely obsessed. It has everything I love in a story, just wizards and fairies and vampires and trolls and ogres and monsters. Wonderful, wonderful. Every kind of oogie boogie I love is in the Dresden Files, and I was just so in love with Harry when I was younger. I just thought like, oh my God, that's what a man should be. He's tall and he's handsome and he's magical and tough, but he's, you know, self-deprecating and he can be a little bit goofy and clumsy, and I just, he was one of my biggest literary crushes. I just had it so bad for him. And then one day, my brother pointed out that Harry's a neckbeard. And I was devastated. I was crushed. I had just read Changes, arguably the best book in the series. So I was at the height of my Harry mania, my Harry lust. And then I realized Horace was right. Harry is a neckbeard. A really bad one. Like backwoods, misogynistic, super like r/nice guys cringe kind of neckbeard. And I'd been blinded by love. I couldn't see. But now my eyes had been opened and it's all I could see. I was just, every word out of his mouth, I wanted to smack him. Oh my gosh, he had broken my heart with his just neckbeardiness. And I couldn't get into him anymore. Just everything he did was super cringe. I dropped the series. I completely dropped the series. I shelved it, sat on my bookshelf for years upon years, just gathering dust. Recently, I picked them back up and started rereading them, and I fell back in love. Yeah, Harry can be kind of a hard pill to swallow, you know, like I don't have that same fluttering crush on him that I did in my younger clown years, but I appreciate him as a character. I appreciate all of the characters. Michael's my favorite. I love Michael the best. There's, Michael is a hunk. He's my absolute favorite. And I've always just really loved a righteous Christian man. Not self-righteous, but just, good and godly, and I'm gonna do the right thing. I don't know what it is, but that combined with him being brawny has me sweating my clown grease paint off. Maybe that's what grown up is. Maybe when you're younger, you're like, oh my god, tall, brooding Harry. And then once you grow up a couple of eons, a few thousand years, you're like, oh my gosh, Michael's a good family man. Look at how sweet he is to Charity. Look at all those fucking kids he made. I bet Michael fucks. And I'm blowing through the series and I'm having a great time. And I'm actually really excited to see what happens past the point where I left off. I've been blowing through the books. If I'm not filming, if I'm not editing, if I'm not taking care of my little clowning responsibilities, I am nose deep honk in the Dresden Files. I'm having a great time, Strudel Noodle. If you also like fantasy, pick them up. Pick them up. I picked up the whole series for so super cheap used. It was like $2 a book. Oh my gosh, yeah, get them. Do yourself a favor. Get the Dresden Files. Amazing. I love Pig Socks. Pig Socks is a stuffed animal I've slept with for my entire adult life. He has been absolutely through it. Poor little Pig Socks. He's been a champ. His eyes are so wide because once he came to the emergency room with me and something popped out of my body that shouldn't have popped out of my body, and Pig Socks has been traumatized since. Actually, it was something that was supposed to pop out of my body. I don't know why it worked. Actually, it was a whole thing. Anyways, I was in a hospital. A large thing was removed from me. Pig Socks is horrified still, but he's still my sweet, cuddly baby. I actually have a little baby pig too. He's really sweet, and I love baby pig. I really love baby pig, but Pig Socks is my original love, and he's really just so cute, isn't he? Oh, he's just so cute, makes me so happy. I snuggle him at night. Oh! Every clown needs a real life love interest. Not just fictional characters like Harry Dresden. Oh my gosh, so cute. Or Paul Edgecombe from The Green Mile, my original love. Or Alex Cross. Oh my gosh, my heart beats for so many fictional men. But clowns also need real life love interests. And mine is unfortunately RiFF RAFF. I know. I tried to deny it for the longest time, but whenever I see him, my heart beats, lots of clown things beat. He's just so fine. Look at him, he's just so crazy. He looks like a clown in himself, and he's just all big and over the top, and he's fine. And he's down here, so he's like a little Florida trash, and I think he's funny. I think he's hilarious. I like his music. I legitimately, unironically, listen to his music. The first couple times I heard it, I was like, what the? And then the more I listened to it, I was like, you know what? It's kind of a banger. He's kind of hilarious. Underrated. I think he's so funny. All the little publicity stunts he does, hilarious. He's absolutely underrated. And he's just fine. He's fine. I simp for him. I'll say it. I simp for him. I just, everything he does, I just like it. I like it going down. And then, I legitimately want this man. He's like New Orleans. He got under my skin. He got under it. Where at first I was like, that one gif he did where he's like, my mango. It's funny. But then through the years, he just kind of crept under my skin. And now every time I see him anywhere in social media, which is everywhere because, everything's targeted and runs on an algorithm, I'm just like, that to me looks like the future Mr. Kitzi Clown. So I'd like to take the opportunity now to say, RiFF RAFF, I think we should get married. I feel like it's getting pretty serious as it is. We followed each other on Twitter. And then we matched on Tinder. And we all know what happens when it goes from Twitter to Tinder. We all know that the obvious next step is to get hitched and live in Florida white trash clowny matrimony. So this is my official proposal to you. Let's let's get hitched. You can be my sweet little zigzaggy housewife, and I'll be your clown daddy. Clown daddy groom!
Aww.
I'm a super big fan of my paddleboard. My paddleboard is my love. I just randomly took a lesson one day, years and years ago. Horace and I were really bored, and we were just like, you know, we need a new hobby. We need a new hobby. We need to find something. And we both randomly chose paddleboards. So we took a lesson, and we were entranced right from the start. We started renting them every single weekend, and very quickly came to buy our own because we wanted to just discover the Florida seas on our own, matey. So we found all these like mazes and miles of mangroves. We got lost on the open sea. That's not a joke or an exaggeration. It was one of the most traumatic days of my life. We were saved by a drunken mermaid. Maybe it's a story time for one day. Just, I love my paddleboard, and it's so bright, it's so cheery, it's like my little floating yellow duck. I love being on the water, I love meeting new people on the water. Everyone's always in a super good mood. That's another thing. And we find lost people out in the water all the time. And what's crazy is it's always really big, buff men. Like, it's always these Herculean gods that are lost out to sea and just just exhausted and begging for us to tow them back to land. Why? Oh, maybe it's because they got their muscles in the gym rather than actually building real muscles. Is there a difference between homegrown muscles and gym-grown muscles? I don't know. Anyways, I love my paddleboard. I love being in the golden Florida sunshine. I love being in the water. I love smelling like salt water. I love my paddleboard. Speaking of love and Valentine's Day, let me tell you about something that all clowns love. Not just I have an affinity for our next contestant, but clowns love gingers. Ooh, so cute! Adorable, right? We love it. I don't know what it is. I think it's because they kind of look like human clowns, you know, with the bozo orange hair and the pasty skin. It's like grease paint. So something just kind of quirks in my brain and says, hey, that's not just like a mere mortal. That's a clown. That's a hot, smoking hot clown. Just whee! So whenever I see a ginger, my brain just goes and flatlines into just want. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. And with my whole recent return to Tinder, let me just warn you, as a ginger, don't swipe right on me. I'll baby trap you. Because, why not? Adorable. Little clown babies. So cute. So, it's a trap. Don't do it. I love you, but I'm going to steal your jeans, okay? Last but not least, the thing I love the most, the person I love the most, the one I dream about, pine over, obsess over, the one person I genuinely, authentically love. It's me! Kitzi Clown loves Kitzi Clown! Surprise! It's true, I think she's the greatest, the smartest, the funniest, the most charismatic. Wow! Kitzi Clown loves Kitzi Clown. So to you, Kitzi, let me just tell you, and you especially,